What's up, guys? Dave with NoShame Garage. Today I'm working on the hood, getting it painted to match the stripe that I already put on the car. As you can see here right now, I'm actually working on getting the pinstripe tape laid out. This way I can get the stripe all painted up before the day's over. Took me a little moment, but it actually worked out really well. One thing I'll tell you is 3M is definitely the best tape to use. I wouldn't recommend using any other. In true DIY fashion, though, of course, I did run out of what I needed, so I had to kind of pull from the reserves. Now, the green tape is still 3M tape. It's just not as good as the orange. Got it all laid out, though, and just had just barely enough to finish up the stripe. As you can see here, I'm finishing that up now. And then after this is done, I'll roll in and I'll start back taping off the rest of the hood. My wife did step in and help me out a little bit, so that was great. Hand was cramping up a little bit. Once you start back taping the hood, the one thing that I'll tell you is this: make sure that your edges are pressed flat, because if you have the tape peel, or if it kind of like shrinks a little bit, because sometimes it'll shrink and it'll pull up in areas, and if you're not paying attention, you're definitely going to have blow through, which means when you unpeel everything, you're going to have whatever color that you didn't want on your main color all over it. So best way to avoid that is to make sure all of your tape is pressed down well. One thing I also like to do is I will like kind of run my finger on my yellow tape, especially once I'm taping it up against the painted white. Main reason being is because you have oils in your skin, and it'll help keep from peeling and lifting the tape when we go to peel everything off. So simply just take your tape, and then, like I said, just take your finger and lightly drag it across. Get some of those oils from your skin on the tape before you put it on the car. This way it doesn't peel up your brand new painted surfaces. So finally ready for paint. Gonna get this bad boy, get some color on it. First things first, guys, you gotta use wax and grease remover. This stuff makes sure that you don't have any oils from your skin or grease or anything like that on your product before you paint it. Definitely a must use. Next, I'm gonna use the Tamco Final Wipe Anti-Static. Essentially what this does is it keeps the paint from standing up, helps it lay flat when you start to spray. Now, my first pass, I am going to probably use a little bit more paint than I should, but either way, I wanted to make sure I had good coverage right off the bat. It's very important to make sure you get that 50% overlay. If you don't get that overlay, you're going to have all types of splotchy areas. Every video on YouTube will tell you that. Next, I want to make sure that I definitely get, once again, good coverage. I'm going to add another 2 coats on top, and it's going to make sure that this prevents any type of white bleed through from my original paint that's on the hood. All right, you guys ready for the final? Here it comes. Man, this bad boy looks beautiful. My lines came out really nice. There was one area that I didn't care for too much, but overall for a DIYer, man, I'm very happy with how the final came out. Show your love, like, subscribe, follow. NoShame Garage.